this is just a little tiny bit before I discuss the stuff before the video starts that I forgot to put in the video, which is when you have finished watching this video and you've done everything that is on this video, you must make sure your wires are not in the fan or near the fan before putting your case on, because when you turn your computer on, the wire will go in the fan and jam the fan. And if you're just touching it a little bit and you ignore it, it will wear away the wire, break the wire, and it could go bang. So make sure your wire is not obstructing the fan in any shape or form. So I'll put a little ad on. I'll let the video carry on now. Okay guys, I'm here back in my computer. As you can see, my video's there in my timeline. And if I notice, I don't use Sony Vegas no more. That program is a piece of rubbish compared to this, but that's a different video. Now if I just explain a few things before the video gets started. I made a few little mistakes in this video. Nothing that's going to cause any trouble. I'm telling you how to do it right. It's just that some things I should have mentioned, like the fact of I would not follow this video if you've never done it before. I will mention this in the video and I will explain to you things in more depth. Third people have not done it before, but if you haven't, I'd recommend learning how to install a graphics card, RAM, processor and stuff like that first, before you watch this video, because this is a bit more advanced. Well, if you know how to do CPU, you should be able to do this, saying that. But still, basically, you'll learn the basics of how to install hardware into your computer first. And when I say do not open the power pack, I mean do not open the power pack. That would just be a stupid thing to do. And I do mean really stupid. And I would watch this video a couple times before you do anything if you're a bit worried about harming your machine. And I'd recommend having it on a laptop or a mobile device like an iPad or iPod or Android, so then you can watch the video as you're working. Because it is really basic stuff and it is very important what I'm about to tell you in the video. I am sorry if I didn't ever get my new PC, that all went wrong, but these things happen. Still working on it, and one day I'll do another video on how to unboxing my new computer and completely and utterly taking this PC apart and putting it back together, so you know how to build your own PC, so you can buy the part, because it's so much better. But I'll explain that in more depth in that video. And the tools you require will be a smallish Phillips screwdriver, non-magnetic, because that can cause issues with your hard drive, like erasing data, corrupting data. So do not use a magnetic screwdriver. Same with board, do not use one. You need a normal non-magnetic screwdriver. Got a bit tongue-tied there. And a nice solid firm place to put your computer you can sit up to. Good lighting. And preferably a small firm paintbrush. Not too firm. You want it like soft, so like you wouldn't think, oh, that's going to scratch something. A soft paintbrush, but when it's firm so it doesn't just bend easily. Like a hog's head paintbrush would be ideal. If you don't know what one is, I'll put a link in the description. But there, that's what I'd recommend. Or use your finger like I do in the video. Okay, I think that's all I need to discuss before the video starts. So I'll let it go on. Bye. Welcome guys to my video on how to clean up your PC. Now I know it's a bit different from my channel, but I mean, deciding for a while I need to clean the computer out, so I thought I'd show you guys how to do it. Now, if you've never done this before, I'd recommend practicing with an old computer, or watch some other videos and stuff, read your motherboard manual if you've got one, and things like that. And I do not take any responsibility if you break your computer. But if you follow this exactly the same as I do it, you should not break your computer. Really. I've been doing this for 19 years. Now, as you can see, you've got the fan here. What you need to do is on the sides, here, 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 and here, there's some screws. So unscrew those. So if my hand gets right in the way. And I've got the ideal setup for this. I'm coming up to the last screw now, guys. I was just thinking, make sure you do not get any screws in your case. If you drop any, make sure you get it out. You have got to get it out. Because if you turn your computer on and you haven't got it out, and that screw touches the back of the motherboard, your computer will go bang. And I highly recommend not using a magnetic screwdriver. There you go, there comes out the last screw. Now on your fan here, you can see it's a bit dusty. Got this wire. You follow that down onto your motherboard, just gently ply it off. You'll see on the wire, so guys, this is weird looking through like that. See this side is like got a like groove kind of business, and on the other side it's flat. On the motherboard you have a piece that fits into here, so you know which way around it goes when you put it back. Okay, here's your dust. You want to clear all that dust off. Then down here, see that dust there? You want to clear all of this off here. Make sure you don't get it in your board if you do try picking it up. I think a little one of those car hoovers is a good one to use, personally. Okay, I'll be back in a second when I've cleaned that up. Still cleaning out the dust, but before I come back for a second, I'm going to say, if you use a little car hoover, make sure that it's got a low pressure. Okay, you do not want to be sucking up any wires or any caps that might come off your wires, because I've got some caps on my wires. You do not want to do that. I don't think that'd happen, but just in case, I thought I'd mention it. And if you've got older machine, you'll have jumper settings, which are little bits of plastic over the metal. I don't think they'll get sucked off somehow. No, I'm probably being stupid, but just in case, make sure it's a low pressure hoover. Okay, back in a bit. Back again. Just want to mention too, when cleaning this, do not stick it in dishwasher water. Do not use water in any shape or form to clean it. Even if you let it dry afterwards, do not do it. In here, where's my finger there is? In here, there is electrical components. Right in there. You do not want to get them wet. Just scrub it off. Just sub at the cameras. Just rub it off with your finger. That's what I do. Get a bit dirty fingers, but oh well. And for in here, just obviously rub it off with your finger. But you want to make sure all of this is off, as I said before, so the air can flow through the piece of metal, so all the gaps are clear. Back in a bit. Come back a bit. The tip way of doing this too is get your finger and push it out from the centre outlet. Then that cleans it all off. And you won't get all of it off doing it this way. There is a lot better ways of doing that, but that's a lot more an advanced video. That's not what this is. I just want to do a good clean up. And I know most people do not clean their PC out with dust, which is not good. This will, which I should have mentioned in the beginning, this will increase performance and stability of your computer, because then the air, when the fan's spinning around on the air, it can flow through your heatsink, because this is called your heatsink. So then it absorbs all the heat from your PC and it does not overheat. And also, where's my fan gone? There it is. Get your fan and give it a spin. Maybe do it by your ear. So if it sounds cool and it looks spinning good, it's fine. But if it's really, really clunky or like stiff to spin, you might want to get a new one. And then you need to search it under your processor, which you can find on your computer. I'll show you that afterwards. So there you go. That's your fan. Now I've cleared it off the best I can do, like this. That's one done. Now we'll put that to one side for a minute. Now down here I've got another fan here. Okay, so let's get my screwdriver. Screwdriver. Just realised I can't take mine off, so what I'm doing is I'm using my hand the other side and cleaning it out like this. It's not the world's best, but I wouldn't really recommend pointing it with a screwdriver. I'm just poking the dust through carefully. I'm scraping my finger the other side, not good. So you need all these holes cleared. And you see my finger on the inside turning things around. But the thing is, I put mine on there and screwed them in there. It's not meant to be on there, it's the wrong fan. It's jerry rigged, which is perfectly safe and all, nothing wrong with it, and it does a very good job. It's just, if I unscrew it, I might not be able to get it back on. Because the screws are forced to fit in the wrong holes. So that's all I could do, so that's all I had, and I couldn't afford anything better. But if you have got one on the back, you'll more likely have your screws like here somewhere, so you can see where they're supposed to be. If I had the right fan. Undo them, do the same process as before. And I highly recommend writing down, as I should have mentioned before, sorry about this. Writing down where the connections are on the board. Most of the time it's blatantly obvious. If you look at them carefully, it will say like system fan, SYS fan, some kind of labelling like that. And the one that went on here, that's your system fan. Okay. And do not do the one in the power pack. Do not take that apart in any shape or form. You will probably electrocute yourself if you really don't know what you're doing. And I am not doing a tutorial on that. I am never going to do a tutorial on that because that's way too dangerous. There's a reason why it says warning, do not open. So that's my two fans. So I just need to get my fan and pop it back on. And if you've got several different types of screws, put the screws in separate piles. Like 4 screws for this fan, put the fan beside it. Put the other 4 screws in another pile with that fan beside it. So on, so on. And see my wire here? My connection port is just down there. I recommend putting the wire the same side place opposite your port. Because you have it like around like that. You can have your wire going across here, so you can get jams in the fan, or around then if you ever do get clogged up and you get overheated, it could mount your cable. Shouldn't happen, you keep these things maintained, and yeah, so I'd have it that way round. And there was something else, but I'll think about it in a minute. Just thinking too, you might want to get a laptop so you can watch my video when you're doing this. Because if I remember it all, especially the first time, it's not me the simplest of things, is it now, really? So, yeah. I'd get a laptop. Small screws. So then you can watch the video. And then, yeah, you can be guided through it and pause it, so on and so on. Okay, let's get one more screw, I think. No, 2 more, back in a second. Another little tip. Do not do this too regular. I made the fatal mistake back in the day when I first started learning this 19 years ago. And the thing was, you break your computer. Even if you know exactly what you're doing. The more times you take a screw out of a computer, the thread breaks in the end. When that thread breaks, you cannot do your computer back. You cannot do your computer up again. So then obviously it falls to pieces. But this, which is not a good thing. So don't do it very regular. Do it like once every like 4 months or something. You've got a back fan, keep an eye on that. When that starts getting really, really dusty, then you know it's time to do it. Okay, let's get the wire connected. Just remember this little thing here with the groove. Mine goes in that way. Get your hand in there, which is very fiddly, especially if you have big old hands like me. And it will go in. Come on. There you go. One lead connected. And don't worry about any messes you can see wires here and there. Don't worry about that. There's a reason why mine is like the way it is. Okay. Now, I am, for the case I've never shown you take off, because if you don't know how to take a side of the case off your computer, this is not a video for you. You really need to learn how to install RAM, hard drive, graphics cards and all. If you don't know how to do that, then you really shouldn't be following my video, this video anyway. But just in case you do want to continue, all you do is undo your screws at the back here. Where have my hand gone? Sorry guys, a bit fiddly. Like here. Maybe one up further, and you just pull get the overlip here and just pull it towards that way and it will slide right off. If you've got an old fashioned computer and the whole case comes off, then you can figure that one out yourself. Not being funny, but they all have a different design and they're an absolute headache. So, I'll see you guys again when the computer is all back up and running. As you can see, my Windows is loaded. I just thought I'd come back before Windows is loaded to mention that I highly recommend watching this video 2 or 3 times before doing anything. If you've never attempted anything like this before, you've never put hard drives in or anything like that. That's just my recommendation though. Back in a bit when it's loaded, it'll take a bit of time.